Let's search my name. I think we are live. But I can't tell. Okay, no, we are not. We should be really soon now. Okay, hello YouTube. It is Sammy Googer. We are back with another video. Hello, it's Steam Game Night again. And it's fun. We got this new game recommended by yours truly, my brother. It's called the Stanley Parable, I think. But yes, I hope you guys enjoy it. I have no idea what it is. Like, I've seen gameplay once and I don't even know what it was. But yes, I don't know what to do, but it seems fun, you know. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. Yes. What is that noise? There's like this weird background volume I hear. It's so weird. Alrighty. Let's check it out. Alright, so right off the bat, it looks like FNAF. Still looking for a game to capture. It's not picking up the game for some reason. Alright, well right off the bat, it literally just looks like FNAF. Literally. Alright, what is happening? My monitor just... Okay, here we go. Freak out! Alright, let's... What the... I'm so confused. Oh, that's that. That's that. Alright, well let's close the game. Let's do some intermission. Let's see. Alrighty. The Stanley Parable. Let's open her up. Alright, so it's in, it says. End is never the end is never the end as loading never the end. Very wise. It's once again Steam Game Night, and if you're wondering why it's always late, I don't know. It's because it's night, you know. What else would it be if it wasn't Steam Game Night? I don't have a webcam. It's like webcam, but I don't have one. I mean, I want one. I don't know why. It's what all the streamers have these days. I might just have it look at my fingers. Okay, what could be wrong? So whenever I launch it, the game Streamlabs is like... See, that's the thing with Streamlabs right now. It's so weird. Every time I go to that, it always says looking for game to capture, and it never shows the game for some reason. But yeah, I need to know why. Dang, this game launches fast. Whoa. That's insane camera reception. End is never the end, is never the end, is loading, never the end, never the end, is 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 never the end. Yeah, I have no idea what's wrong. Streamlabs acts wacky like all the time. That's right, Streamlabs, I challenge you to a 1v1. Don't know. I don't know what's wrong. General output. That I don't know. Alright, stream. I'll be right back if we conclude for what is wrong. Oh.
This is the story of but
Alright, well that did something. I don't know what, but let's see. Display capture. Oh, okay, I see. Now I need it to only oh. Okay, so it's showing that, but what if oh, this is confusing. So now it's showing it like, that's when I click the game, per se. Alright. Looking good so far. It's looking good. Oh wait. That's so weird. It shows in the top left. Oh well, guys, I hope you guys can live with that. I don't know why it's doing that, but oh well. Resume game.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Oof.
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy.
Are you sure?
What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
Days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But
I
the
can
one thing he
move.
knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
Please let me out.
Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He
This
will be
is
told
spooky.
what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
Why is this so spoopy?
Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh, what? And thus it all went black in a big abyss, and I died. Alright. Oh yeah, I'm being directed to do something. For some reason my brother wants subtitles on.
Just turn it off. You turn the Mac off.
Alright, I don't know. Okay.
Or
Audio. Alright, subtitles are on. It says.
his co-workers would come.
Yes.
What could it mean?
Where are
Stanley
they?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Oh, my
a memo.
name's Stanley. It's the office. It's beautiful. This looks like a prison cell, more like. Prison. Alright. Where's the meeting room? And I can't open any of the doors. Alright, the meeting room should be over here. And hear me? No. Well, we just gotta find the door I can open to know where the meeting room is. No, I want to close the door. What? I just started, I'm already stuck. Excuse me. Is there a respawn or something?
You get the game again.
Alright, well I guess we're beginning the game again for some reason. Yeah, hold on, I might as well have it so instead of showing alright. Let's have it as the that's better. Alright, Stanley Parallel. Alright, so you're starting. Alright, now we're not gonna do that door thing again. Where could the meeting room be? What could it mean? If I knew where the meeting room was, what is in there? Don't let me in, that looks cool. Oh, here we go. I entered the door on my right. Yeah, I just want to go by the ladder to admire it. Does that say Dunder Mifflin? Oh, here's the employee lounge. Okay. There's only 2 bottles of vodka left, oh no. Oh, it like wants me to drink or something. Oh, great, it's not even showing. The game. Of course. Here we go. Alright, I guess it's gonna be me.
Utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What if I don't take the first door on my left?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm literally doing nothing he says me to do. Like, nothing he tells me is what I'm doing.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing
Hi,
but
my brother's
you
here.
all this
He's
time.
played this.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in
Wow.
control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Yes.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I like this narrator. He's great. I'm back here. Alright, I'm gonna speed run.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Speed run.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Wait, I'm gonna
open
go
doors,
through this one this
he
time.
entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go through this one this time.
Yet
Whoa.
there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not getting
Feeling a
fired.
wave
Talk
of
less.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yes, I can open the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was
Don't
nothing
close.
here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh, I thought it was gonna close. He's
Coming
gonna
to
tell
a
me go back.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh yay, we're going into the scary parts.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he
This is
believed
scary.
everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to
I don't
himself,
know where I
maybe
am.
I am crazy.
wait.
All of my co-workers blinking
Opposite
mysteriously
what he
out of
says at all
existence in a
times.
single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
What?
At last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Where'd the
What a
staircase
relief
go?
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Oh no,
He
you.
thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself
happened if
flying
she-
and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring
Sorry, am I
through
really
space
in a
on a
dream?
magical starfield, and it too
Whoa.
appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Exactly.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course,
What is
this
happening?
was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself?
Hello, Adam. I
Believing that if
literally
he's
cannot
asleep,
fix the
he doesn't have
capture.
to
If
take
I have anything else
responsibility
like
for himself?
do it, it just like
Stanley is as
shows a
awake
blank
right now
screen.
as
If I
he's
do
ever
anything
been
else,
in his
I
life.
have to keep it like this.
Now, hearing the voice speak
Okay,
these words
what
was
is
quite a shock to
happening?
Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How
he
else
just
would
die?
the
Can
voice
this
explain
bird
all
just hit
that?
me?
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
This is like
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to
closing my
wake
eyes in real
up.
life. Oh,
He
okay.
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back
The
to
plot
my
twist
job.
was he's actually
Let me continue
dead.
pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my
No, I have
wife
no idea. He has a
and my
wife.
job. All I want is my
live in
life
an apartment,
exactly the
especially when
way
you
it's
have a
always
wife.
been. My life is normal. I am normal.
What would F11
Everything will be
do?
fine.
If it closes.
I am okay.
Alright, well I pressed F11. Okay, what? I'm not even in my bed still.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be
What
real.
is
I must be.
happening?
Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay, well, if I said he was dead before, he's definitely dead now.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, what?
Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day,
Whoa.
her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
This is
And although she would
Stanley,
soon
isn't it?
turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
I'm taking
And in
that as a
moment,
compliment.
she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
This is
And then she
the
turned
longest
around.
talk ever. So am I back at Stanley again, or am I her?
The game resets.
Oh, the game resets.
Okay,
Alright,
now, I've got a certain way you need to go.
where?
Go forward.
Alright, guys, we're listening to
All
my
of his
brother now.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
You know, there's usually
Stanley
papers
decided to
over
go
there,
to the
right
meeting
down on
room.
the ground.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Alright, we're listening to my
Sometimes the
brother
paper
now.
is covered in floors.
The paper is covered in floors. Grammar 101.
The floor is covered in papers. Okay, go right.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Alright,
Perhaps
guys.
he wanted to
Okay,
stop
do
by
not
the
look
employee
first door
lounge
on your
first,
left.
just to admire it.
What did I just say?
I mean, it won't let me, so. Alright. Let's see.
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
Wow.
Run.
Yes, this room. What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door
In
on
here?
his left.
No. Go here. The cargo lift.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Okay, hop on.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
That way. Yeah.
I'm not
No,
your
just look
enemy,
that way.
really.
Just
I'm
look
not.
straight ahead.
I realize that investing your
Okay,
trust
you're
in
going
someone
to
else can
jump
be
onto
difficult,
these.
but the fact
Right.
is that the
Look
story
down
has
there.
been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten.
You gotta get on them.
What?
Oh,
Really? I was in the middle
going.
of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Danger everywhere.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Just keep going.
Get me out of whatever this dream is.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Push.
I couldn't hear you over there.
Perhaps you misunderstood.
Keep going through.
Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Oh,
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
what?
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put
This
a lot
guy
of time
is like
into
the
that? Because I
bigger
did.
first world breaker
And in
than
the end, it was all
Deadpool.
for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me
What's a
absolutely nothing
skill
so far.
tree?
Like the Force
Tell you
Awakens.
what.
I mean,
Let me take a stab in
Oh,
the dark
yeah,
at
yeah,
a new
skill tree.
design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a
and do
spin.
number 1.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new
wait.
version. Would you say that the game benefited from
Okay, now
allowing you
click
more
one.
choices? Feel free to be honest.
time.
I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1?
Good.
I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place
This
to
is a
judge.
fun game, I gotta say.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
I heard a door.
Look. No, don't go through the door yet.
Alright. A leaderboard. Nicho Nako. Hogwarts, Vola, Mr. Hayes Esquire. Awesome Orpheus, Golden Boy!
Hey, look.
I'm gonna be at the bottom, am
Yeah.
I? Yep.
This is you. You're the worst. Okay, go through the third door
Alright, let's go.
and hit 1.
Now,
Again.
would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on,
this is
and
really
now
weird.
would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Okay, this is
You wouldn't mind
insane.
taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In
Oh my g-
the baby crawls left towards danger.
What?
You click the
Let the
button to
baby
move him
die.
back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
said
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Alright, my
I
brother
think
wants
the
the baby to
art
die.
will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure
Wait,
to keep
actually do it
notes on your
4 hours?
experience.
Come on, let it die.
Should I just let it die? No! Wait, I can't jump!
Step away from the fire.
I'm sorry, kid.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
To spite you, for
because
sure.
if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
I see a button.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, jeez.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last,
Yes!
the one thing you've always desired.
No.
A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough?
Yeah, there.
Tell me
there.
that, Stanley.
That's where you
Will
need
it
focus.
ever be enough?
Just look here.
Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on,
It's
I will only fail
Minecraft.
to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then...
What is
See,
happening?
Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my
Dang,
work of
that's
art
amazing.
and
That's
feel
like the best
ashamed
Minecraft
at your
house ever.
own inadequacy.
It's amazing. It's like you can
But
fit.
you've only seen
You
it
can
from
even
the
fit a
outside.
bed in it.
You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
It's gonna close and I'm gonna
Isn't it
teleport somewhere or
grand?
something.
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We
gonna
must
go straight into
rebuild it
lava.
out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Mining away.
I don't know what the mine all mine is anyway. Go into the ravine.
No. What if I actually make it to the sand?
I've tried doing it that way, this way. They don't want you to. I forgot about crouching. I
No,
just tried
come
to jump
on.
it. I tried to jump it without being able to jump.
Oh, yeah.
It's
literally
Looks like
Minecraft.
it's going to get a bit dark. You got a light?
You can't get there.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
There's so many references we can pop in one game.
It's Portal 2.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious.
Doesn't matter
Let's
if you
go
pick stuff
find
up.
out what the hell this is.
Oh, that's a bad word. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get demonetized.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
I should get
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these.
Why did you jump?
Oh jeez. Excuse me? What? Why did that guy just stop talking?
Because you're not supposed to be here.
If I just fall for eternity? Oh jeez. This game is like, I love it. It's incredible.
It's a little bit of horror, in my opinion.
But it's amazing.
Because you don't, oh, never mind. Here's the other path.
I like this game. This is fun. Alrighty. Wait. This is my room. but different. I can press buttons. Where do I go? Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world.
So there's like a universe,
Yes,
like
I'll
a
be
world
back
is in,
in
a
another
dream,
way.
a game.
Once this
We need to
ends,
figure
after
it
it
out.
all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Three, two, one. That was amazing timing. Dang.
Okay, go. Fork left again.
Alright, so it looks like it's not narrating anymore.
All of his co-workers
no.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
So that
he
was
had
an
simply missed the
ending.
memo.
Oh. So there's lots of, it's like a game where there's multiple, like Minecraft story mode. Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
No matter
stop by
what,
the
let's just
employee
not
lounge
listen.
first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business,
Completely
Stanley
forget
took the
it, for
first
sure.
open door on his left.
Good night.
I just want to do stuff. Alright, guys.
Stanley
this
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
I want to see that one.
Okay, then keep going.
I need the most messed up ending ever.
Do not jump.
Look,
this time.
Stanley, I think
That's
perhaps
why I
we've
did,
gotten
there
off
probably
on the
can't be.
wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in
What's in that
someone
door?
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
He's talking about
I'm not
himself.
asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her? Oh.
The wife.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Did she divorce
To
me?
put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Was she
She's been
Did we
waiting.
get a divorce?
Okay, you gotta pick up the phone.
That's her, Stanley.
Hello?
This is so messed up.
Okay. Alright.
Go that
Hey, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to
It's
keep you
me.
waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
I can't move.
All
You will be
right.
able to in just a second.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Oh, that voice. Oh my.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Oh,
I'm
God.
trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
I knew that would happen.
Oh gosh. Hi dear, work was good. Did you cook dinner for tonight?
This is a very sad story about the death of
The
a man named
death!
Stanley.
I'm taking my headset off.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
I
And
can
every
sense
button
a
that he
jump
pushes
scare.
is a reminder of the
For the next
inconsequential
ending,
nature
come
of
back
his
to here.
existence.
But do not pick up the phone.
Look at him there.
I know
pushing
there's gonna be a jump
buttons,
scare.
doing exactly what he's
There's
told
so
to
gonna
do.
be a jump scare.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
Oh jeez.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Z.
But in his mind, in his mind,
I
he
can
can
move.
go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Hey
It was
dear.
wonderful. And each
dinner
day that he
good, how are
returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. and so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Where is
First,
the
he
TV?
imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
V to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Or to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with
What's happening?
monitors
Literally
and mind
nothing's happening.
controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
A baby.
And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh. Tell me the story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Yes, I'd like to, please. But I don't love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see?
Oopsies.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here,
I was told I
he's
have to press a
electing
button,
to
so I
kill
pressed a
himself?
button.
How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I don't know. The question, nothing. I actually do want to question. I like questioning.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see.
I just want to get out.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Time to break the game.
Alright, boys. First we're going to break the game, then it's ending time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where is the meeting? Like, I never even found it.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible
I
room,
love admiring
Stanley
chairs,
for the
you know,
first
like,
time understood
This chair,
true
you don't
happiness.
realize, but it was
Then the
in
feeling went
Vietnam,
away,
you know?
and he felt sad
Back then.
again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there, just a kind of, But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Where do we go?
Straight.
Wait, what? This is new. There used to be a broom closet.
No.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of a different room.
Stanley
Yeah,
was so bad at following directions.
No, I don't think the broom closet was in the broom closet room.
I don't think the rooms are in the closet.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
That's where I
I'm
keep
not
my
sure.
rifles.
Really, I don't know. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing
where do we
but
go?
you all this time. There's
Over here.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her.
Run.
This is it,
Run.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem
But
yourself.
do not pick up
To
the
put
phone.
your work aside.
This is
To
important.
let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Crouch.
That's her, Stanley.
Okay,
You
now go
need to be the one
outlet
to do
and
this.
click.
To reach out to... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? Well, that wasn't supposed to be a
Sorry,
choice.
I
How did you
love
do
her.
that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Papers.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't
This is-
understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been
Oh,
able
well,
to
we're not
make
even
correct and
Stanley,
incorrect
we're just a
choices.
real-
And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
So we're not even standing.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real
Wow.
person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
I'm
For
just gonna
example,
say that we're...
in this scenario,
Yosefi!
a hypothetical
Yes!
real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember
the second
that
one.
unlike here, the real world makes sense. And at
No.
no time should you make a choice that does
YOLO.
not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What? Excuse me?
Practice.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a
Yeah, I
healthy
love
decision-making
crocodile.
process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Time to break the game.
Oh, jeez.
Welcome back. You may have
Oh, I
noticed
put
that this
gasoline
room
on
has
this and
begun to
shoot the
deteriorate
engine.
as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed
Yes,
on
I'll
good
focus in.
decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Can I get inside this, please? Please, please, let me drive. Alright. There's railings
Now
this
that we know
time.
your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Alright. What if I get back on it? Whoa. Alright. So, do I find a key card?
No. Go up the stairs.
Alright, let's see. Wait. Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Beautiful. Alright. Oh yes, the lounge. I love admiring my lounge.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, you go. I told you go right.
You said do not go right.
I said don't go left.
Oh,
I said do go right.
You said do not.
Wait, turn around. Turn around. There, see that? The green leaf. The leaf. Click it a bunch of times.
What was that?
I don't know. Okay, go. That's all there is. No, there isn't other stuff here.
Okay.
That's all.
Ooh, yes,
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Left.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Alright. Broom closet.
You actually can go in there in one of the endings.
Now I went downstairs.
Coming
I
to a
can't go there
staircase,
yet.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There was a downstairs before.
You mean the infinite loop?
Oh. Well, this actually is very nice.
Uh-huh. Yes, this is still messed up.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Shark 115.
It's Night Shark 115.
Oh, I don't know.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark
Wait, do I actually speak
115.
to the microphone?
He spoke
Okay,
it
that'd
into
be
the
cool.
receiver,
Actually.
right there on the wall.
How do I talk? Or what do I do?
Just wait.
Shark
I'm sorry, is there a
115.
problem?
Night Shark
You didn't mishear me, did
115.
you?
Night Shark
Please
115.
speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the
Night
story.
Shark
This is a crucial
115.
step.
I'm a German shark.
Okay,
John
fine,
and-
you're not going to do it. But
Yeah.
you know what?
That's my favorite
It's
part.
pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you had better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley
guy
shows
is
for
you,
his
like in
choices.
Bullet Hole?
He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I have dyslexia.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Do I?
Hurry back. Go back. And go right. I mean left. Left. Left.
Oh!
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why?
Productive
For
work
what?
environment.
What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? Well, it's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it?
I see a
To know
door.
that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh, jeez.
Jump scare.
What? Oh, jeez. Whoa. Oh, it looks like that guy. What?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here.
What?
Here in this pile of rubbish.
I
With
told
you.
if you want to break the
You.
game.
Who thought you were so clever.
He said yes.
Now look
and
where
here
we
you
are.
did it. You broke the
My
game.
entire game is destroyed. It was the only
What?
thing in the world that was mine, and you run it into the
Oh, watch out
ground.
for the cracking.
What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
Anyways, I didn't
He
trust
actually
anything.
knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for
I
it.
don't trust the other ones.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh,
Rub, rub, rub.
my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have
Really?
been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I
He
tried
said
so hard.
underground facility and I destroy it.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
When Stanley
Yes,
came
here's
to
the
the
ending.
two open doors,
Whoa,
he
where am
entered
I?
one door on his left.
That's Stanley?
Yeah. This actually is somewhat sad.
Stanley? Hello? Are you...
Is this before?
Is everything okay?
I don't know when it is.
Stanley,
Okay.
please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
What's happening?
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand?
What is
me?
happening?
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You can't be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward.
This is
please.
the most confusing game ever. I actually love this. This is like amazing.
Anything. This is more important than you can ever know.
Another clue on
I
that.
need this. The story needs it.
Alright, that's
So, you hear me?
what happened. Is he now mute and deaf or something?
Stanley, yeah? Okay.
But he's an NPC.
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Oh,
Do you want another confusing ending?
yeah. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry you had to live with that kind of setup. I don't know why. I'll definitely fix whatever's going on. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can like and subscribe. You don't have to. Not even like. Just to subscribe would help, but you don't have to. It's your choice. But yes, you can always search my name to see my videos, but either one works. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe to Mouse Plus Keyboard.